G'day guys, Q-Bone here. Little quick video today. Not really a rant, not really, well I suppose it kind of is. Just by the amount of people that you see on YouTube and on the various forums or whatever, and they'll be talking about how they're getting ready, or they'll be bugging out or whatever. I think that's a bit stupid as well. But you know, getting ready to haul this massive great pack that they've got all this stuff loaded up in and go and fight off the communists or something, and you look at them, they look like they barely get themselves out of the door in the first place. So this one's just a little quick one on fitness. I'm not the fittest guy around, like I'm not trying to say I am, but you've got to be able to do, like, effective fitness and being super fit, I think, are two completely different things. Like, I can go out and I can go tramping for days at a time with my pack. That's cool. I can go for runs, I can box. That's what this is here for. It's boxing's something that's good, it's fun, it's a hell of a workout, and I also think everyone should know how to throw a good punch, especially without gloves, knowing how hard you can hit something without breaking or seriously hurting your hand. So that's one thing. One of my mates got real drunk. He's never been in a fight in his life. Took offence to something I did and punched me in the eye. Didn't hurt. I don't want to hit him back because he's not very big. And he went to throw another one, so I just put my guard up. And then he threw a big hook around and hit me in the back of the head just there. And he broke his hand on the back of my head, and I had a tiny little egg. It was quite funny. He couldn't use his hand. He works in a bar, and he couldn't pull the taps on the beer and open bottles with it for like 3 months. But that's just another one of it. That's just an example of what I mean by if you don't have good technique and you haven't sort of conditioned your hands, because your metacarpals in your hand are quite weak. So if you punch something, well, they're one of the weakest bones around. I've broken my hand before punching something. That's why that hand that bit there sits lower than that one, because I punched a wall and I hit it cocked, not straight, but I hit it like that. I just snapped it. But yeah, go out, do some actual fitness. It doesn't really matter what it is. If you can't, if you're not really fit now, start out little. You don't need to go to a gym. I don't go to a gym at all. I run outside. I can come into my garage and I can do some boxing. You can do push-ups, you can do sit-ups, you can do pull-ups on just about anything around. If you can't, I can't really do pull-ups. I've been trying. It's my next little fitness goal is being able to do some pull-ups. Because in the last just over a year I've lost 20 kilos, which is 44 pounds. So that's about, I worked it out, it was like 18% of my body weight. So, and you'll be surprised how much easier everything gets for you, and I put on muscle as well, so probably lost more than that in just fat. But like, yeah, at some stage you've got to be a bit honest with yourself and realise that you're either doing something wrong, or, well, personally I think 80% of it's probably what you're eating, and 20% of it's what you're doing as far as an energy output. If you're going to be doing heaps of exercise, you can probably get away with eating crap, or eating more even, but you can't really not work out, or not even be active. You don't even have to work out if you're doing a semi-physical job. But eating shit is one of my old downfalls anyway. I used to eat fast food a bit. One of my major ones was drinking fizzy drinks a lot, like energy drinks all the time, and Coke and Pepsi and all that shit. I still drink them now, but just moderation. You come home from work, have a few glasses of water, have a little glass of Coke or something, or buy a bottle of Coke Zero, because that's got not a whole lot of anything in it. Like, I went out, you don't have to stop everything, it's just in moderation and doing stuff less frequently. Like, one of my New Year's resolutions was, well, I've 3 of them. One was get fitter, one was get fitter, eat better, and learn to play the harmonica, which is something else that I've been trying to do for a wee while. I've been a bit slack on. But you just got to really sort of man up at some stage and realise that you're the only one that's going to make you fitter, and if you're not fit now, the only one stopping you from doing that is going to be you, and you can't blame anyone else for it. Some people doing it pisses me off when they're like, oh, you know, some people have like an actual physical disability, but when people start being like, oh, I'm being real busy and stuff, and you're like, well, you know, going for a 10-minute run, you know, that's 10 minutes, and then you cool down in the shower. 10 minutes is better than a kick in the pants. If you do push-ups and ad breaks of watching a TV show, push-ups and sit-ups, like if you say I'm going to do 30 push-ups in this 2-minute ad break, that's sweet. The next ad break, do X amount of sit-ups. You know, like it's not a hard thing to do, but some people seem to not be able to do it. I'm just about to have a bit of a boxing session, so thought I'd grab the camera and do this before I get all sweaty and look like bloody shit. But yeah, just something to sort of take into consideration, that it's only going to be your fault if you're not fit enough to do the things you enjoy. And that way also, if you're eating better throughout the day, you don't feel quite as guilty if you do splurge out on some McDonald's or some KFC or whatever. Like I haven't had any in a wee while, but you know, that's the thing though, is when you do, you feel like it's actually a treat. It's not just a Wednesday, or you know, like you can eat shit as much as you want, and then it sort of starts to lose its novelty value. Like I'd love to go to Burger King and getting cream mayo cheeseburgers. Those things are incredible. But that's the other thing. Like if I get real bad hand creams, I'll just go and have like the one, because they're only little burgers. So I'll go for a run or something, and then I'll come home, have a shower, get in the car, go down and get a cheeseburger, because that way I've kind of evened it out and I've got rid of that craving. But you don't need to become Amish over anything just to be fit and a bit healthier, but it doesn't need to be a super fast process either. But you can always start somewhere. Like if you can't do push-ups, like when I started I could do a few of them but not many, and one of the things that some of my mates that couldn't do them, you'd start at the top and just slowly lower your way down. You're not worried about the actual, you don't have to be able to do it up, that'll just build up the muscles, and then it's your triceps as well that do quite a lot of the work in that, so that's tricep extensions, whereas you've got your hands on something and you dip yourself down and push up again, and prone holds, where you just sort of brace yourself on the ground and hold like a half push-up position for 2 minutes, and that'll work out there's your core muscles as well, and your back ups as well. If you feel weak in the back, it's like a sit-up but sort of backwards. You just put your arms out and lift your way up. But yeah, hopefully someone finds this interesting, or at least a bit honest, because that seems to be one of the problems I think with most people that are unfit, is they're just not being honest with themselves. But yeah, rightio guys, cheers for that. Relatively hard, didn't break my hands.